At generic Memorial Hospital, for all intents and purposes, clinical revenue cycle processes looked like they were working well. But were they? And how well? Leadership seemed to be aware that there were challenges. Length of stay was rising. Observation rates were increasing. Denials were becoming more frequent. And across the clinical revenue cycle, interdepartmental communication was becoming more difficult. Under pressure, the system began to show its fractures. Utilization review was making recommendations in isolation, often defaulting to observation. Physician documentation was happening late in the day, delaying the clinical story from reaching payers in a timely manner. CDI wasn't consistently capturing the full clinical picture and working with UR. Physician advisors were underutilized, brought in too late to influence decisions, if at all. And coding, well, they were left trying to reconcile all of it. There was no doubt that everyone was working hard, but the system wasn't working together. It was not coordinated. Leadership started to recognize what was happening. This wasn't a staffing issue, and it wasn't a lack of effort. It was a system that had become fragmented, siloed over time. They began to realize they couldn't correct it alone. They needed a different, new perspective, one grounded in how the entire system should function. That's when they brought in Streamline Solutions Consulting, not for quick fixes, but for a holistic approach to rebuilding the clinical revenue cycle. When they came aboard, structure was redefined. Workflows were standardized. Expectations were aligned across teams. Communication pathways were reestablished. Knowledge began to move across the system. Teams became cross-functional. Ideas were shared across teams. Processes became interoperable. Accountability returned. Variation decreased. And the system became predictable. The people didn't change, but the system did. They didn't need to work harder. They needed to work smarter. They needed to work as one unit.